I hope the last videos on simple expansion and factorization made sense. Now time to learn what I call the hard expansion and factorization. This name is not official. I guess it's a step up from the last ones. This is something called the FOIL technique when you want to expand these types of brackets. So this is when we have x plus a, x plus b. Now how we expand it would be quite similar to the last method in the last video. All that is different is that we have two terms in brackets being multiplied together. How we multiply this would be applying this FOIL technique, which means each term in here is multiplied with each term in this side. So we have x times x. That is, as you know, x squared, right? Because x multiplied by itself is just x squared. We have x times b, which is x b, and then a over here, ax. Red pen's not really doing well these days. Then we have a times b. This expression, let's rewrite it here. And I should have written x after the b for actual reasons. Let's do that now. Notice about this expression right here. We can factorize it, right? Because we have x and ax. The common factor here is x. That will be x squared plus b plus a all times by x. Finally, we have a b. So this means that ending x plus a times x plus b, we have this general formula here. It means first term squared plus the addition of the middle of a and b times x, and then we have ab. Two brackets multiply together. We have x squared, which is this term here, and then the middle term with multiply with the 1x, we simply just add them together, b plus a, and then we have a third term here, which is just second term in the brackets multiply together. I hope that makes sense for expansion. What we did was just expansion, and now factorization is simply going back. This means that when you have a expanded term with an x squared term, an x term, and a term with no x's, so a constant, this guy here, it basically means we know that there will be two x's, one in each bracket. This term and this term have to add to get this middle term here. And then for the third term, we know that these two will have to multiply together in order to equal this term. So whenever you want to factorize something like this with x squared, an x, and a constant, immediately know that the two terms in these brackets will have to add, get the middle term, then they have to multiply, get this term. A and b have to add to get the x term. Also, it must multiply to get constant term. both of these numbers. This satisfies this, and then if multiplication satisfies this, then we know A and B are the correct numbers. And then remember to always double check by expanding it to check if equals the expression that you wanted to factorize in the first place. So you can check after you get the A and B. This was a basic overview of factorization and expansion. I know that this is quite a big jump. I really hope that it does make sense. This was a very brief overview and promise to go through some examples for the next tutorial. Hopefully it will make sense then. And as always, please like, share and subscribe if you found this helpful. And until the next tutorial, I'll see you next time. Bye.